All right, so let's have a look at how I created this print layout effect. So this was done in Breeze Booth for Windows, using the print layout editor and some blending modes and a few other little tricks. So let's jump back into Breeze and see how we did this. Okay, so I'm going to go into the print layout editor and let's see what's going on here. So if I just shift these pictures out the way just for a second, we'll see in the background I've got the laser image that was sort of just coming through a little bit. Now this is a single photo session, so we're just taking one photo, but I've duplicated that photo onto the layout. So you can see that I've got it running, displaying once, and then I've got it displaying twice. So the first image was sort of the larger version of my head on the left, and then we have a second version of my head, which is sort of smaller to the right. So let's have a look at that first background image of myself. So what we've done here is essentially set the opacity to 50% because I wanted to bring through a little bit of that laser background. And I've set the saturation to 0 to give us a black and white effect. And that's all I've done for that image. And then I've just scaled it up and I've sort of just pushed it up here to the left. So my head was a little bit bigger. Now if we select the second image, or the duplicate image rather, and let's have a look at the effects. So opacity for this one is back to 100%. The saturation is 0 for the black and white effect. I've now enabled a mirror effect because I wanted to flip it. And I've set a blending mode of Lighten. Now, if you're not familiar with blending modes, basically they're effects that apply to an image that sort of, I guess, interact with the image below it in different ways. Now, the best way to sort of see how they work is actually to use Photoshop. And if you look at the layers panel in Photoshop, you can see all the different blending modes that are available, and you'll see the changes in real time. So it's definitely worth having a play there to see how they work. So I've got that, and now I just need to reposition that photo. So I'm sort of filling the frame with that one and just pushing it to the right a bit. So basically we've got my head here larger to the left, and then a second copy that's mirrored to the right. So let's OK that, save the settings and do a test shot and see what happens. All right, so we'll give that a moment to process. It's pretty quick. And there we go, so that's pretty close. So yeah, it's sort of a fun effect that you can do in the print layout editor. But once you sort of start to get an idea and a feel for how these blending modes work and combined with some of the other effects like motion blurs, color washes and so forth, you can really start achieving some pretty incredible output. If you have any questions, just hit me up in the comments. I'd definitely love to answer them.